You're either snapping or shutting down and you hate it. This video breaks down the real reason it happens and what you can do to finally stay calm without losing yourself. You're not weak for feeling emotional. You're not broken because you cry, snap, shut down, or care too deeply. But here's the truth. If you don't learn to manage your emotional reactions, your emotions will start managing you. And when emotions manage you, they hijack your decisions, your relationships, and even your self-image. You end up saying things you don't mean, agreeing to things you regret, or bottling up feelings that explode later in unhealthy ways. That's why today's video is not just advice, it's a blueprint for emotional empowerment. Because real strength is not about avoiding emotions, it's about leading them with clarity and care. Today we're not talking about suppressing how you feel, we're talking about something way more powerful, learning how to master your emotions without losing yourself. Welcome back to Mentor's Mindset. Let's start with something simple but life-changing. Name the feeling, say it out loud, write it down. I feel frustrated, I feel embarrassed, I feel unappreciated. This isn't fluffy stuff, it's neuroscience. When you label an emotion, your thinking brain kicks in and helps calm your reacting brain. Use a feelings wheel to get specific. Saying I'm angry is different from saying I feel rejected. Precision gives you power. Labeling your emotion doesn't solve the problem, but it stops you from becoming the problem. When you say I'm overwhelmed, your brain pauses to make sense of it. That pause slows down emotional flooding and increases emotional choice. Try this. Every time you feel off, stop and ask, what am I feeling really? Write down at least 3 emotions, even if they seem to conflict. This teaches your brain emotional complexity and helps you avoid black and white emotional thinking like I'm either fine or falling apart. Emotions are designed to move you into action, but not every emotion deserves a reaction. Take a beat, count to 10. Take a slow breath in and out. Step away if needed. That pause can save your relationship, your job, or your peace of mind. Reacting is impulsive. Responding is powerful. If you can extend the pause between feeling and reaction, you create a space where wisdom can speak. That pause is where emotional intelligence lives. It doesn't need to be dramatic. 1 breath, 1 second of awareness, 1 thought like, do I want to regret this later? Even if you still choose to act, you've acted with intention, not reaction. And in a world that rewards instant outrage, your pause becomes a radical act of emotional leadership. Our emotions are often triggered by the stories we tell ourselves. You text someone, they don't reply. Your mind says, they're ignoring me. But what if they're just busy? Ask, what story am I telling myself? Is this fact or feeling? Change the narrative and you change the emotion. Most emotional reactions are based not on what happened, but what we think it means. You interpret silence as rejection, a short text as attitude. Your brain scans for old wounds and uses them to predict current danger. So pause and ask, am I reacting to what's here or to what I fear? Even better, check the evidence. Is there proof for this story? Is there another way to see it? This doesn't erase your feelings. It just makes them less likely to control you. Here's something people forget: emotions don't just live in your mind. They live in your body. Your heart races, your chest tightens, your jaw clenches. To calm the emotion, calm your body. Try box breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Hold an ice cube, splash your face with cold water. Your body can lead your mind out of chaos. Try this quick body reset. Stand up, shake your hands for 30 seconds, yawn, even fake it, then take 3 deep breaths. This simple movement grounds your nervous system. When your heart races, don't fight it. Acknowledge it. Say, my body is alert right now. Use your body to tell your brain, it's safe now. Do this enough times and your body starts trusting your leadership, not just reacting from fear. Not every friend is a safe container for your emotions. Find someone who listens without judgment, doesn't rush to fix, and doesn't make it about them. If no one's available, try voice notes to yourself or journaling. Your emotions need processing, not performing. Not everyone deserves front row seats to your emotional life. Some people respond with dismissal, others center themselves. And some use your vulnerability as ammunition. So ask yourself, does this person have the emotional capacity to hold space for me? A good listener reflects, affirms, and allows you to arrive at your own clarity. If you don't have that person yet, write your feelings out like you're writing to someone who deeply cares. Often the act of expression is what creates relief, not the audience. We brush our teeth daily. Why not check in on our emotions too? Start a daily habit. Morning, how am I feeling today? Evening, what triggered me today? Add in sleep, healthy meals, boundaries. This is emotional hygiene. Clean it daily, not just when it stinks. Think of your emotions like inbox messages. If you ignore them, they pile up. Some turn into urgent alerts, others fester as unread resentment. Daily check-ins let you filter what needs attention, what can wait, and what was just noise. Try a mood tracker app or a journal with prompts like, what emotions showed up the most today? What did it teach me? What did I need that I didn't get? This isn't about obsessing over every feeling. It's about staying emotionally current, like emotional timekeeping. You don't have to pretend everything's fine, but you also don't have to dump every emotion onto others. Try this phrase: I'm noticing I'm feeling anxious right now. I'll revisit this later. This is containment, not suppression. Mature emotional control feels like self-trust. Suppression says, my feelings don't matter. Dumping says only my feelings matter. But containment says, my feelings are valid and I'll express them responsibly. Try using a timer when overwhelmed. 5 minutes to sit with this emotion without fixing it. You can cry, you can breathe, but you won't spiral. This trains emotional stamina, the ability to stay present without acting out or shutting down. Reframing isn't denial, it's choosing a lens that helps you grow. Instead of, why is this happening to me? Try, what is this trying to teach me? You can feel pain and find meaning in it. That's not toxic positivity, that's transformation. Emotions aren't lies, but the meaning you assign to them might be. You can feel defeated and still tell yourself, I'm growing through discomfort. You can feel jealous and reframe it as, I'm seeing what I value. Reframing builds emotional flexibility, the ability to bend, not break under pressure. And over time, it builds an emotional identity rooted not in fear or reaction, but in resilience and perspective. If you're emotionally stuck, then move. Movement metabolizes emotion. Go for a walk. Dance around your kitchen. Stretch your body. Emotion is energy. Move it before it becomes misery. Emotion is motion, and when you suppress it, that motion turns inward as tension, fatigue, or chronic stress. Try this emotional movement sequence. Name the emotion. Ask where you feel it in your body. Move that body part intentionally. Stretch, shake, or tap it. This connects your cognitive awareness with your somatic release. In trauma therapy, this is called completing the stress cycle. Even 3 minutes can shift your entire day. Start a log. When do you get irritated, overwhelmed, anxious? Is it when you're tired, criticized, ignored? Knowing your emotional patterns means you can manage them instead of being ambushed. Triggers aren't always explosions. Sometimes they're subtle, like sudden withdrawal, overthinking, or people-pleasing. Track patterns over a week. Who drains you? What themes show up repeatedly? When do you feel most out of control emotionally? Then label your top 3 triggers. Don't try to eliminate them instantly. Just knowing them makes you less likely to be dominated by them. Awareness is 80% of transformation. Most emotional chaos comes from boundary violations. Learn to say no without explanation. I need space without guilt. That doesn't work for me without apology. Boundaries aren't barriers. They are self-respect in action. Think of boundaries as emotional fences with gates, not walls. You let people in, but you control the terms. Set boundaries around time, how late you'll stay in conversations. Energy, how much you'll emotionally invest. Availability, how often you're expected to be on call. Practice saying, I'd love to support you, but I'm not in the space for that right now. Boundaries are how you show up for others without abandoning yourself. If emotions are too big to handle alone, that's not a weakness, that's wisdom. You don't have to do this solo. Therapy, coaching, or even talking to someone trusted is not a failure. It's a strategy. There's a difference between feeling down and being emotionally dysregulated. If you notice, repeated emotional spirals, disconnection from people or purpose, trouble sleeping or eating, feeling numb or overly reactive, it may be time to talk to a professional. You don't have to wait for rock bottom. Therapy isn't a sign of breakdown. It's a commitment to your emotional upgrade. You don't control emotions by force. You control them through understanding, through awareness, through relationship. Your emotions are not the enemy. They're messengers. Learn to listen and you'll learn to lead. Fighting emotions is like wrestling waves. The more you resist, the more you drown. Befriending them means saying, anger, I see you, what do you need? Sadness, I hear you, I'll stay with you. This doesn't mean indulging every emotion, it means creating space to feel without being consumed. Over time, you'll notice your emotions stop screaming because they trust you'll listen the first time they whisper. And if you're still here, that tells me you're ready to lead your emotions, not be led by them. Which tip resonated most with you? Let us know in the comments which part hit home for you. We read everyone. And hey, don't just watch practice. Start with one habit this week, if you believe in growing, healing, and leading with emotional intelligence. If you're on a journey to emotional strength and self-awareness, hit that subscribe button. This is Mentor's Mindset, and you are not alone in this growth.